guys, so I did not expect to be posting this soon, but I got a very exciting box from Influenster. If you guys don't know what Influenster is, it's basically a service that if you have any social media, you don't even have to have like a significant following. You could literally be an average person. You can sign up for Influenster, fill out some surveys so they can kind of get an idea of what kind of products you like and don't like, and they will send you free product. They don't tell you what the product is. You just have to kind of answer a bunch of different questions about your preferences regarding a specific kind of product. However, I got an exciting email a few days ago saying that I was mother approved. And if you don't know, like, mother and mothership is very Pat McGrath, like that's on brand for her. And I was sent the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I was so excited about this because Pat McGrath is a luxury brand. I cannot afford Pat McGrath products, just being totally honest. I don't own anything from her because, not because I don't want to, but because I genuinely cannot afford it. I cannot justify her prices for me personally. And I heard that she was releasing a foundation, but I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get it because it's probably gonna cost an arm and a leg. And it does. This is the beautiful outer packaging it comes in. This is what the foundation actually looks like itself. Super luxury packaging, so beautiful. It releases July 26th, I believe, at Sephora.com. It will retail for $68. This is almost a $70 foundation, so I definitely would have never been able to try this out without Influenster. So thank you, Influencer and Pat McGrath. This is amazing. I wanted to kind of demo it for you guys and kind of wear it for a couple of hours to show you guys how it wears. I did wear it yesterday, so this is not a first impression. I don't really love first impressions videos. I wore it yesterday. If you guys follow me on Instagram and watch my Instagram story, you guys kind of already know how I feel about this foundation. But I will go off camera and do my eye makeup and come back and we will do the rest of my makeup together. So I did my eye makeup. Not my best work. I tried to do a cut crease and I keep trying to practice, but I just suck at them. Hopefully the lashes are kind of hiding how bad it sucks. Anyway, time for the foundation. So I don't know why I'm introducing this. This is the Pat McGrath Labs foundation. I picked out the shade, what shade even is this? Let me look on the bottle. Light medium 9. So I was kind of nervous about how this shade would suit me because I picked out this shade weeks ago when I was still very pale, and I'm still kind of pale, but I've gone to the beach a few times. I've gotten a little bit of a tan. I was kind of nervous, but this is actually a very, very perfect fit for me because my chest has not gotten a ton of color, and you're supposed to match your foundation to your neck and chest area. So I'm going to apply the foundation with the brush that I always use, which is my e.l.f. foundation blurring brush. So let's just get right into it. It's a pump foundation, which I love. I'm going to squirt some on the back of my hand, 2 to 3 pumps. The claims on this, basically, I'm not going to read them off because I have it in the email and I'm recording on my phone. But basically the claims were that you will get like flawless, supermodel-esque skin. And I usually do use color corrector on my pimples. Like the pimple I had on my forehead, I would have put on a green color corrector. I usually put on a peach color corrector for my under eyes, but I'm not going to do that for this demo because when I show you guys foundations like this, I want to give you guys the full picture of what the coverage actually can do. So I feel like using a color corrector is like kind of cheating. So no color correctors today. I didn't use them anyway yesterday and it turned out fine. Spoiler alert. So yeah, the coverage for this foundation is supposed to be adjustable, meaning that you can sheer it out if you want to. You can leave it as its natural state, which is a medium coverage. It's naturally a medium coverage, or you can build it up to be a full coverage. I think with 3 pumps, it is a nice medium coverage. As you can see, it's gotten rid of most of that redness that was around my forehead pimple. and it blends out really nicely. It's a nice thin, very, very liquidy consistency, which is another claim that it had. It claimed to be very lightweight, and which it definitely is. I mean, personally for me, I don't usually feel my makeup on my face most of the time anyway, unless I've like really, really caked it on. But this is a really beautiful foundation. As for the finish, it's a little bit on the dewier side. I would still say once it dries down, it's more of a satin finish, but it's definitely not matte by any means. And that's pretty much what the claims are. The claims are like a very healthy, youthful glow for the finish. And I feel like that is exactly what it is. So it applied beautifully with a brush. I don't use sponges. I just realized I probably should have done half brush, half sponge. I don't use sponges for foundation because I feel like sponges soak up too much of the coverage for my liking. So I pretty much always just use a brush. I use sponges for my cream products and for my concealers. For foundations, again, I just use a brush. I am going to go off camera, again, really quick, finish the rest of my face makeup. One thing I do have to say is that because this is not a matte finish, you do kind of have to powder this because it does stay a little bit sticky. I noticed that even yesterday I had to powder my face to put like my blush, bronzer, highlight, and everything on top of it, because if you put that stuff over top of a sticky base, it's just not gonna blend very nicely. So unless you have super, super dry skin, I would recommend setting this down with at least a little bit of powder where you need it. I thought I would show you guys a more close-up shot of what my skin looks like with the foundation unpowdered and with nothing else over top of it. Alright, so I gotta admit, I'm not the biggest fan of the way my makeup turned out today. It has nothing to do with the foundation. My makeup was just so difficult for me to do today. It's literally an hour later. By the way, I forgot to introduce what? I forgot to tell you what time it was when I first put the foundation on. That was around 1 o'clock. Now it's like 2:20. It's been a minute. It took me over an hour to complete this face because I had to wipe stuff off. I had to redo a couple of things. Like, I tried to work with cream products today, and I don't know if I'm just not, you know, I don't know if I just like don't know how to work with creams, but my face makeup just kept looking so muddy and I hated it. So I had to wipe off the bottom half of my face and do it over again. It was a whole ordeal. But anyway, it is 2:20 and I'm gonna wear this makeup around for a couple of hours, at least until like 11 or 12 o'clock tonight. And I will show you guys how it wears. It's pretty hot in New York today. We are in the midst of a heat wave. It's like 100 degrees every single day and it's pretty humid. So this foundation will be put to the test. I'm probably gonna do an update within like the next 3 or 4 hours, then I'll do a final update at the end of the day. Again, I wore this foundation yesterday, so I kind of already have an idea of how I feel about it. So yeah, as long as everything goes well today and it looks exactly like it did yesterday, then we should be okay. Hey guys, so it is currently 9 o'clock here. I've been wearing this foundation for a little over 6 hours. There's music playing in the background outside. New York City, it's summertime, can't do anything about that. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the foundation because I noticed this yesterday when I wore it as well. This foundation like barely sinks into my lines at all. And I mean, I'm 23 years old. I'm gonna be 24 this year. It's not like I'm wrinkly. It's not like I have a face full of fine lines or anything like that. But within the past year, I have noticed that I do have more fine lines on my face. And usually within like an hour or so of me having foundation on my face, you will start to see my fine lines coming through. And I've been wearing this foundation for 6 hours and you can barely even tell that they're there. Usually, you know, a lot of people get like the 11 between their eyebrows. I usually get what I call the equal sign because it's 2 like horizontal lines across right here between my brows, and I don't have that with this foundation. I'm especially astounded because I don't have primer on today. Like, I forgot to put on primer and it still looks good. The worst offenders are usually my smile lines, and they're like very barely there. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer so you guys can see, but they are barely visible. Maybe a teeny bit they're coming through there, but my face still looks flawless even after 6 hours, even after walking in the humidity and sweating and being oily and all that mess. Granted, I am a little bit oily around my nose area, but I mean, I'm an oily skin girl. I'm not gonna hold that against the foundation. By the way, I have not powdered, have not touched up anything on my face aside from my lips, obviously, for the past 6 or so hours that I've had this on. So this is just how the foundation is wearing naturally with no touch-ups. One of the things that I got in the email from Influenster was that Pat McGrath said she wanted to put supermodel skin in a bottle, and she definitely did that. So I will talk to you guys in a few hours when I am ready to go to bed and take my face off. I'm in my bathroom for a final check-in. It's 11:30 at night. I'm about to take off my makeup, and honestly, I have no complaints about this foundation. So, okay, I've been wearing this foundation for like 9 hours at this point, and my skin still looks really good. Like, it looks really freaking good. Okay, the coverage on my pimple right here has kind of faded a little bit, but I have not had the coverage fade anywhere else on my face, really. I'm not even really that oily, which is surprising because this is not a matte foundation. Like, this is not one of its claims. It's not claiming to be good for oily skin or hold back oils, but I have oily skin. I've been outside in the humidity today and it held up beautifully. And I can kind of see my smile lines like starting to poke through a little bit. Well, more so than I was earlier, but still, it's nothing compared to how my smile lines usually look by the end of the day. Usually what I have to do is sometimes I take a beauty blender and wet it and like dab over the lines so that way they can even out and smooth out, but I haven't had to do that with this foundation. So my skin just looks really, really good, and I know that I've been singing this foundation's praises to the high heavens, but it is a $68 foundation, so I don't feel super comfortable recommending it. If it's something that you can afford and you think that it's going to look great on your skin, then go ahead and buy it. If you can't afford it, then I totally understand that. I would not have been able to try this foundation if it wasn't sent to me, and in that case, there are so many foundations on the market that are so good, that are drugstore, even other foundations at Sephora that are cheaper than this, and they're bomb. I never want to be that kind of person who is always like, oh, you have to buy this. I'm obsessed with this. If it works for me, it'll work perfect for you, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to like make people feel like they have to buy something, because $68, in my opinion, is outrageous for a foundation. That's just how I feel. But at the same time, I've never had a foundation perform this well on my skin before either. So I don't know if I can say that it's worth $68, but I can definitely say that I see why it's a little bit more expensive than most other foundations. But at the end of the day, this is a really, really pretty foundation. I am going to continue to wear it and use it and probably love it. When the bottle runs out, I can't say that I'm going to purchase it because, again, $68 for a foundation, that is going to hurt my wallet. So I can't say that I can afford to purchase it. But I'm really, really glad that I own it, and I'm definitely going to be using it now that I have it in my collection. Again, just running through some of the details, the price is $68. It launches July 26th. It'll be available at Sephora and also, I believe, at Pat McGrath's website. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And it will be available in 36 shades. I checked the email right before I started filming this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys got something out of this review. I really enjoyed doing it because I really like the product, and it's such a treat for me to be able to enjoy a luxury product that I would have never been able to buy myself. So I was really excited to do this for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.